Hi, welcome you all back to my channel. I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this front pleat. This is the material I'll be using. This is the material. I don't really know the name of the material, but it's like crepe, but it's not crepe. It's a sample material. This is 2.5 yard, and I'll be using this net as for the shoulder part. So this is it. So this is our starting point. So this is our starting point. As for the front pleat, the sew front pleat, you can see it if you check the picture very well. You will see that we have pleat at the front. It is sew. So I will be using 7 sew front pleats at the front. So how will I get that? I'm using 1/2 inch for each sew pleat. 1/2 inch times 7, that will give me 3.5. So you can see I fold the material into 2. I'm cutting the front aspect first. So I will come here, I will divide my 3.5 by 2. That will give me 1.75. So I'll come here, I'll take my measurement 1.75. So this is 1.75. I'll take it downward. Where I want the length of my top to get to. So that's where so I'll come here, take the length of my top. I'm making use of 29 plus 1 inch for the folding. That will be 30 inches. So I'm making use of 30 inches for the length of my top. So this is it. So this is our 1.75 for the front pleats. So after this, that's where we will start our measurements, main body measurements. The shoulder I'm using is 16 divided by 2, that will give us 8. So this is 8. I come down by 9 inches. So this is 9 inches. And you come to this side also, you measure the same 8 you took here at the shoulder, you took the same 8 here. So this is it. So the bust I'm using is 44 divided by 4. You divide your bust by 4, that will give us 11. So to get my waist, I'll mark 16.5. So at the bust, I'm adding 2 inches to the bust. As for the inseam allowance, so this is 2 inches because it's a free top. So I'll come to the waist. The waist I'm using is 41.5. So this is 41.5. I had 2 inches to it for my allowance. So from here, I'll give it shape. I want it free a bit at the down aspect, so like A shape, you can see. So I want it to be free a bit at the down aspect. You can see it. So here now I will give it curve. I want it to have curve. So here I can just come here, I'll measure 3 inches upward. This is 3 inches. From this point, you take 3 inches upward. This is 3 inches from there. You can just give it a curve shape. So you can see it. So and from here we will be taking our armhole. So I'll come down by one here for our shoulder slope. So from here, I noticed the pink chalk is not showing very well when I check the video, so that's why I have to change my chalk to blue chalk so that you will be able to see it clearly. So we've come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So now we look for the midpoint. So our midpoint is 4.5, midpoint of 9. This is it. This is our midpoint. So from there, go in by 1 here. We go in by 1 inch here. So from there, we make use of our French curve to give it that shape. So this is our armhole curve. The front aspect, I will be using 2.5 inch for the width. So for me to get my shoulder slope, I'll be cutting it out, but I will not cut the neck for now. I'll first sew the pleat at the front before cutting out the neck of the front aspect. So let me cut it out first. So later, after sewing the pleat, I'll now be cutting out the neck. For us to get our sew pleat at the front, we come to the center point here, we notch at the upper part, we go to the down aspect also, we notch it at the down aspect also. So that's our center point. We are having 7 sew pleats at the front. So the first sew pleat is the first I notch here, so at the center. So I'll come from the center point, you measure 1/4 inch, quarter, not half inch, you measure 1/4 inch. You know, you already have 1/4 inch at the back also. So this one, that's the first pleat. So this is the first pleat. So after then, you measure 1/2 inch. So this is the 1/2 inch. So after then, you measure another 1/2 inch. So this is another 1/2 inch. So that's how we get our, so you come to the center of each 1/2 inch, you notch it for you to get where you so this is it, you can see it. So this is it, you can see. So this is it. So you just pick it one by one. You come to the down aspect also, same thing applies to the down aspect. I'll measure my quarter inch first. Quarter here, quarter inch. After then, you measure your half inch. Measure another half inch. So you notch it. You've already notched the center part. You notch the half inch at the center. You notch the second half inch. You notch the third half inch also at the center. So that's how we are going to join. You can see it at the down aspect. Let me open it for you to see. You can see this is it. So this is the center point. You can see. So this is it. You can see it. This is the center point. So we'll pick it one by one for us to get accurate measurements. You can see I've already notched it, so I'll be picking it one by one. So I'll be sewing the pleats one by one. So let me do that. Pick the upper part and the lower part. Just make sure your hand is straight. Just so this is the first. So I'll be picking the second one. Seven pleats. This is it. 1 2 3 4 5 is 7. So just make sure your hand is straight and follow where you notch. So that's just it. So this is the down aspect. So now I'll be cutting out the neck and I'll be placing this net at the shoulder aspect. So I'll cut it at the shoulder and I'll be placing it this net there. So I've cut out the neck. I use 2.5 for the width and 3 inches for the depth. So the reason for using this office pin here, I don't want it to shift, so that I will have accurate measurements. So that's the reason why I make use of office pin, because of the material. So now I'll be cutting out the shoulder aspect where I want my lace to be. So I'll come here, I'll come to this shoulder aspect here, I'll measure 1 inch here. This is 1 inch, and I'll come here. I can decide to use 2.5. So let me use 2.5. It depends on you how wide you want it, so you can decide to use 2.5. So let me use 2.5 so that shape will show very well. So now I'll be cutting it out. On your net, you will leave like 1/2 inch at the down aspect. So this is it. So this is it. So let me place it to the other side, please. So if you find this video helpful, you can kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question or suggestion, you can drop it in the comment section below. Kindly subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching. Bye.